Thanks for joining us, everybody. Appreciate you all making the time today. First of all, welcome and appreciate you coming out. We're here today together to learn a little bit more about contact center with our value partner, Five9. ARG is in a unique position. We get to meet with hundreds of technology leaders in the Washington metropolitan area monthly. So we get a chance to hear about best practices. We get a chance to learn more from our partners and hopefully share our experiences and some of the forward thinking that's happening in our industry with folks like you today. So I'll get out of the way and turn it over to Five9 and appreciate you coming out. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today. We're kind of doing some of my favorite things here. I was just telling Scott on the way up here, how often do I get to have refreshments, meet new people, watch baseball, and talk call center technology one afternoon? So this is great. If we could do this every other Thursday, maybe you guys could join us. We'd really appreciate it. But as Patrick mentioned, we're here to talk about Five9, and Five9 is a cloud contact center solution, and here to just kind of give you guys a high-level overview of what we do. Normally, before I go into a presentation like this, I like to learn a little bit about what my customers are doing with call center today and kind of tailor what I'm talking about with Five9 to how it specifically may meet your requirements. We don't really have time to do all that today, and we'll have to do maybe that some of it over the ball game and over a couple of drinks or something. But I just figured I would get a show of hands. How many people do have colleagues that you work with that do nothing all day but take and make phone calls from customers? Notice I didn't say call center agents because some people don't like to call them that. But as long as you're taking and making calls to customers all day, this is a good solution for you. Now, how many people have mostly inbound, people that are calling you all day? Okay. Anybody like a heavy outbound shop that's just making outbound calls all day? Okay, great. All right, well, so then this is a really good fit for you. There's a lot of inbound and outbound and blended call routing with Five9. There's also some omni-channel stuff that we'll talk about also. So, what I'll do first is just talk to you a little bit about who Five9 is, make sure you guys understand who we are as a company. We've been around for over 15 years. We pioneered the cloud contact solution space. We've been doing this as long as anybody. We cut our teeth on our outbound dialer applications. But we quickly started to grow inbound too. We did all this from the ground up by Five9 people and grew it organically. So what this means to you is we didn't have to acquire different companies to get this technology and try to hodgepodge it into Five9. It was all, built from the ground up by us, which gives us a lot more integrity to how the routing works. It gives us a lot more integrity to the reporting, which is all in one central repository. So, if you're an inbound shop, which it sounds like most of you are inbound, you might find that there's some lulls in your inbound call volume, where maybe if you fired up a dialer for some follow-ups, which could happen automatically as your inbound slows down, your dialer fires up, you get that much more productivity out of your agents. And that's what our blended routing technology can help you do, which of course we can talk more about in a moment. We've got thousands of customers around the world. We process billions of calls per year. We are a very scalable solution. We went public just a couple years ago. We're traded on the NASDAQ. It's FIVN. We're about a 1 billion to 1.2 billion market cap at the moment. And for the past 2 years, we were rated highest in execution by Gartner on their Magic Quadrant for CCAS. So we're very proud about that. And we'll talk a little bit about the implementation and our support, which is really what allows us to be rated so high. Okay? And if there's any questions, feel free to interrupt me. I actually really enjoy it. How many people that are using a contact center solution today are not at the cloud yet? You're on premise. Everybody's at the cloud. Everybody understands what the cloud can do for you. So I'm not going to really spend too much time on that. I'm just going to reiterate, we're a cloud too, 100%. No equipment to buy. All you really need is a headset and a laptop, and you can be anywhere in the world with a good internet connection and leverage Five9. You can also really enjoy the flexibility of Five9. You don't need to pay for agents that you don't need all year round. So if you're a very seasonal company and you've got, say a heavy Q4 and then lots of lulls in Q1, you can easily flex and contract your agent count with us and not pay for what you don't need all year round. Okay. Just a quick snapshot of the Five9 product in the middle. So you've got that steering wheel. So the fully blended inbound, outbound routing solution. We can route to any of the channels you see on the left there. Doesn't matter if it's phone, chat, email, social, mobile applications. We're very cognizant of the fact that a lot of millennials prefer text channels. We're also very cognizant of the fact that more and more people are going to be contacting you from their mobile phones. So we've got applications that are very specific to that make it much easier for them to reach you via their mobile phones. We can take any of those channels and the interactions from those channels and route them to any of the resources that you see on the right. So if it's inbound, it'll come this way. If it's outbound, obviously it goes that way. It doesn't really matter to us. So whether it's a self-service application, a VIP team, your own captive contact center, an outsourcer of your choosing, or work-from-home agents. We'll integrate to any of the best-of-breed WFO applications you see up top. So workforce management, quality management. We partner with best-of-breed applications such as Verint, CSI, and so forth. And then, of course, we'll integrate to all of the applications you see at the bottom, such as the knowledge base and CRM applications. We partner with all of the off-the-shelf applications that you guys have probably heard of, such as Salesforce, Oracle, Zendesk, MS Dynamics. But believe it or not, the lion's share of our customers all have their homegrown web-based CRM applications, and we do that all day long as well. Great thing about Five9 is it plays very well with other pieces of technology. Okay. Just a quick snapshot of our customers. What I like about this slide isn't really showing off the logos as much as it is showing it doesn't matter really what vertical you're in. If you take and make phone calls, you're a great candidate for Five9. What I do like to brag about is that our largest vertical is outsourcers. And why that's important is outsourcers probably have the most complicated requirements. They've got hundreds of their own customers. All of those customers have their own requirements. So we don't just have to fulfill our outsourcers' requirements, we have to fulfill hundreds of their customers' requirements. And then, of course, they have to manage them separately. So the data has to be separated. The real-time monitoring has to be separated. People that run their day-to-day have to be separated so they're not climbing over each other, right? So we do all of that very well. Our other big vertical is healthcare and financial services. And why that's important is because the information security requirements are very stringent. Guess what? We support all of that as well. If you require HIPAA, no problem. If you require PCI or encryption, no problem, right? And then, of course, you have your technology and retail customers as well that we're also very proud of. Just a quick snapshot of our Fortune 1000 customers. So I wanted to just briefly talk to you about trust. So trust is a big mantra at Five9. It's very important that our customers trust us, that we're going to deliver on what we're selling to them, which is why we're rated so high in execution. But it's not just trusting that we can deliver on what we sell. A big part of it is availability and reliability. When you're dealing with a cloud contact center solution, everybody's concerned that it's going to work and work all the time. You all work in call centers more or less day to day. You realize how important that is. If your system doesn't work, it's catastrophic for your business and there's really no tolerance for it. We very much get that. So in addition to setting up all of the back-end systems to make sure that you've got carrier-grade technology, work with all the best-of-breed carriers like AT&T, Level 3, and Verizon, and have redundant data centers, we're transparent about our availability. So you can log on to five9.com/trust at any time, and you can see our last 12 months of availability, which we're very proud is 4 9s and a 3, which is very little to no downtime. So again, a big part of our service, because we are contact center as a service, is providing you with the resources that you need no matter where you are in our sales cycle. So I'm going to tell you all day how great our product is. We're going to be able to show you our product if you'd like to see it. You're going to see how great it is. But it's not just about having a great product. It's about having the support team that you need day in and day out to show you how to use it, to make sure that you're using it right, and to help you because you're constantly going to have changing requirements. And that's what we're there to do for you. We're never there to throw you the keys to the car and say, enjoy the ride, have a nice day, call us if you need us. We're going to jump right there in the front seat with you. We're going to help you navigate through the road, and we're going to be there to support you day in and day out. So, this is just a quick snapshot of showing you that we're going to bring in all the necessary SMEs for the right, thing that you need help with at any time. So, here's a quick snapshot of the Gartner Magic Quadrant. You can see that Five9 is right there at the very top. Highest in execution 2 years in a row. We're very proud of that. The other two providers that you see there were recently acquired. So we're the only one that's in the quadrant that's the leader, and we're the only one that hasn't been acquired in the past year. So lots of focus on our side and lots of clear vision. So that's it, folks. Just to summarize, why do customers choose Five9? So the end-to-end solution, fully blended inbound, outbound routing solution, ACD, IVR, dialer. You got your trust platform, so 4 nines and a 3 and the transparency there. All of the InfoSec requirements are covered, such as HIPAA and PCI and so forth. We have end-to-end network connectivity options, whether you require over-the-open internet, VPN, and PLS connection. We have all of those offerings. The implementation and support team, very high touch, and make sure that we come on site, we work with you, and we work with you day to day to make sure that you're successful. And then my favorite is culture. Probably the best culture that I've had the pleasure of being a part of. Lots of smart, fun, experienced people when it comes to contact center, but most importantly, a can-do attitude. Very customer-friendly agreements. We don't try to box you in or be very rigid about how we structure things. We understand everybody's different. Everybody needs to have something structured differently. So we pride ourselves in being flexible, not only in how we create the agreement, but how we go about the implementation. So you're never going to hear, I don't think we can do that. It's always going to be a very much can-do attitude. How do we make it happen? So thanks so much for your time, everybody. Play ball. Go Nats. Thank you.